Attention, all glorious honey cakes. Firstly, you're my friends. Secondly, of course, I've told you this many times. Crypto's only got about 420 million people worldwide in it. About 220 million are in Bitcoin. We're going to get another 600 million people coming in. The growth rates suggest this. You can put it on a trend. We are going up and to the right. We are making more solutions. Things are happening for us. However, we don't specifically know what they're going to choose. If we did, we'd be trillionaires. We do know that there is an important distinction when it comes to these new people coming in. One, they suck because they've missed the first 14 years. Two, they're poor. Because I know it's true, friends. It's actually true. They do suck and they are poor. That's why they're coming in. That's why everybody comes to crypto. Everybody's just realized, you know what? Not as rich as I could be. So coming in. Now we are hoping that, look, in 2024, there's going to be waves coming. There's going to be different altcoins, different projects, different growth prospects. Of course, you know, the Bitcoin people believe that the Bitcoin layer 2 is going to start to kick off. It won't. No chance. No one's going to get excited for payments. But everybody's going to try. And of course, look at this Peppy riding this wave. Isn't that cool? This cute little doggy. We're going to see more of them come. We don't know where specifically to align ourselves yet. But I want you to know it's okay because crypto moves fast. But also when it moves fast, there is still a time delay between the final repricing of where things are going to go. You're going to see medium articles, YouTube videos, people speaking about new tech, new things happening, and it's going to give you inspiration to go and investigate different areas. Now, of course, you don't really have to because you like, subscribe, press the belly button and all, and I appreciate every single one of you, friends, because when I put all these videos together, I understand that, yeah, we're not going to get everything 100% right, but at least we're covering it, you know? At least we might get inspired to see that, you know what? This might be the future, and it might be closer than we think. And remember, I told you, everybody says they're poor. Everybody wants to come into crypto. Have a look at this, okay? This is a baby boomer lady after selling her house to some millennials for $3 million while she purchased it for $13 and a pack of almonds back in 1971. See that? You see that? See her dancing her groovy moves? This is what it's like, friends. This is exactly what it's like. They just rode inflation up. But that's okay, man. Every generation's going to have their assets. You know, I always see this, like, there's always this divide. Boomers and millennials. Like, who cares, man? Who cares? Like, it's over. It's a new generation class. This is what you want, friends. Like, you know, a lot of these people, they're looking at these houses and they're like, oh, we missed the houses. Dude, do you know how trash houses are? Like, firstly, you can't swap them around, okay? To earn yield, you've actually got to get people to come like in and live in the house. It depreciates. Also, you've had to do leverage on it to do anything. Like, just so many disadvantages. Like, it's okay that the prices are up. They won that generational asset class. It's okay. We have something called cryptocurrencies, okay? And it goes up and to the right because they keep not only printing money, but they keep putting the smartest nerds, the smartest people with the biggest pens in their front pockets to come in and push entrepreneurship and push the industry forward. That's why more value is getting added to crypto. It's okay. Like, you know, you're not going to retire in houses anymore. It's all right. Yeah, hopefully we're able to flip some crypto for houses, but like, it's done. It's it. Now, what we're playing for is, I know it's a long time, but we're playing for, by the end of 2030s, or the next 10 to 20, 30 years, we're playing for the fact that hopefully crypto has continued to go up and to the right, and this is our generation's equivalent to property. So they were able to ride like a multi-decade run for that. That's what we're praying is going to happen. Now, all the numbers, the fundamentals, the stats, the data, everything says it is going to happen. Everything says that. Except, but look, you know, she barely move her knees, friends. Her knees are about to crack. You know what I mean? So, like, if you think, finally, I've made it, you know, this might be Bitcoin holders today. You don't even know. Good thing is, we do our research. I'm here 18 hours a day, okay? Anything happening, we're on top of it, all right? For example, PulseChain ecosystem continues to grow. PulseChain is real DeFi. PulseChain is free speech. Now, look, I'll be honest. You probably didn't even know there are other projects on PulseChain, most people. You probably think, well, Richard Hart is the project. Richard Hart is the coin. He is him. And I wouldn't fault you because I had that in my mind too. But now you're seeing all these pop up. Now, of course, if you go and look at any individual coin, you're like, yeah, I don't really like that. No, that's not a use case. Think bigger, man. It's been 5 months, okay? Been 5-6 months. It's going to get to a year, and then year 2, and then year 3. There's going to be more things. These things grow exponentially, by the way. Once, say, Pulse starts going up, these things start rising up faster and faster. And of course, it's just going to take time. We all want to get rich overnight. But, I always have that pet peeve with that because you can't blame people for wanting to get rich overnight in crypto when, bro, literally, have you seen the industry? People literally do get rich overnight here. DOGE did 220x in 3 months. SHIB did 1,000,000x. Bitcoin did 600x and then 100x and then a 20x. Ethereum did 4,500x. Hex did a 10,000x from the bottom. You understand? You do understand. That's why you're my baby doll baby cake. ChainLink did a 450x run. BNB survived the bear market. There are just so many examples of things winning. And you're wondering, well, where's my share? Well, it's hard. Nobody said it was easy. But at least we're trying to align ourselves with a positive light. Most people, they're throwing themselves around in these meme coins. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. Except I know you are managing risk. You are putting way too much weight in it. You're putting too much emotional investment. You're putting too much of your financial risk in it. And you're not even exiting when you go up on side. Because you're like, you know what? That dude's up 40x. I'm up like 2.2. I think it's going to be good. Most of the time, it's not. Okay, so look this, okay? Pulse and PulseX are cycle 1 coins. That's all we can do. We can look at the past and say, okay, well, what happened in the past? What seems to have a good track record? Now, luckily for you, this is what I spent all my time on my videos making it for you. I went back and I looked at, okay, what are the characteristics that gave me an increased chance of winning? One of them was new coin. That was one of the characteristics, cycle 1. Now, there is nothing wrong with cycle 2 coins, except that you got to lower your expectations. That's it. Lower your expectations. Just to let you know, no coin in the history of crypto, except one, has ever done a higher return in cycle 2 than it did cycle 1. No coin in the history of crypto, except one. Can you guess that coin? I'll tell you what it is. Her name is the Doggy Dog Dogecoin. That's right. That's right, friends. Her name is the Doggy Dog Dogecoin. That was the only coin to ever do a higher return in its later cycles than it did in its earlier. And as you can see, because of Elon Muskrat, when it did, oh my God, 545x. Wow. Now, there is a bit of a thing to think about here. There is XRP. XRP did an enormous move in 2017 as well. So you can count that. But XRP, the reason why it's a bit weird is because Ripple got all the coins. So, but if you look at the chart, XRP and Doge were able to do that. So, but why I don't like speaking too much about it to give you hope is you're going to think you're the next Doge. You're going to think you're the next XRP. Look, there's only those two and that's it. Every other coin diminished. Every single one diminished. Now, you might say, okay, diminished from what? That's a very good question. Because diminishing from 100x to only do a 30x, I think is still pretty good. Most people there, they'll be like, no, I want another 100x. That's okay, man. That's okay. Let's go to work harder. You got to maybe try to get a second job, try to increase your wage at work, try to raise cash somewhere. That's why I keep telling you to increase your position in the depression zone so you don't have to go into this painful period later on. That's why cycle 1 coins, the sky's the limit. However, not as look at this. Not as sexy as you, of course. But they are worth some attention over Litecoin. So new cycle coins, higher upside, but also bigger survivorship bias. Because every cycle, there are new coins. And every cycle, there are 99.9% failures. It's just that we focus on the winning ones. That's why we try to bring out the fundamentals. We try to see who's around and who's still surviving and thriving. For example, ChainLink. ChainLink is not cycle 1, but this is the interesting part. Friends, there's a risk curve, right? There's a risk curve. So, you just got to ask yourself, if I gave you $100 million to your bank account and I said, well, you can either keep the money or let's flip a coin. But this coin gives you 70% chance of heads and 30% chance of tails, okay? Would you flip the coin so that your 100 million becomes a billion? Or would you just keep it and not play? Of course, you'd be like, you know what? 70% is good odds, but it's not 100%. So I'm not going to play. I'm just going to keep my $100 million. Well, see what I mean? I've upped how much you're worth where you just don't want to take that risk anymore. But if you didn't have $100 million, maybe I had said, okay, you've only got like $10,000. You go, okay, 10 grand, 70% chance it turns into 100K. Yeah, I'll take that. Well, that's exactly what we're doing right now. As people get more wealth, they don't take as much risk. That's why with ChainLink, yes, the cycles are lowered, but it's still better than Bitcoin and Ethereum, higher upside. But of course, I understand if you only got like $1,000, well, I don't know what to tell you is because you're not going to get these 1,000Xs everywhere. By the time you realize there's 1,000X going on, it's too late. For example, did anybody tell you to buy Casper? I know only very few of you did. People only told me about Casper when it was up 100X already. So what it's got now, 10X, if it does 1,000X. See what I mean? You may as well buy something else that can give a 30X. So by the time people tell you of the 1,000Xer, you hear about it like after the 100X. So just as a tongue-in-cheek, friends, 3 reasons why I'm bullish, for example, on ChainLink. 1, I'm already long. Number 2, I need it to go up. Number 3, sunk cost fallacy. I've spent a lot of time on it. This is what you have to think about with every single person and every single coin. We are products of this. Everyone sounds convicted. They go, yo, you sound so confident, you sound so this. At the end of the day, it doesn't even really matter. You've rolled the dice. And it's like, you've rolled the dice, it's still spinning on the table. And imagine the dice hasn't stopped falling yet. And I'm like, okay, what do you think? And you're like, don't ask me until the numbers have landed. You're asking me how I feel in the middle of it rolling. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no point now. That's exactly what we're doing with crypto right now. We've got to wait for it to play out. It's just that there's volatility along the way that we think the market is deciding, oh, you're right, you're wrong, you're right, you're wrong. But it's because our time frame is so short. We just got to go, okay, you know what? I'll see you in 5 years. I know it's very hard though. It's very hard psychologically to do that, but that's the answer. That's the actual answer. That's why I'm telling you. ChainLink's CCIP tech will usher in a new revolution in the form of making my portfolio number go up. We're watching this big fat giant triangle. Hopefully it plays out. All these triangles, man. I mean, we draw a triangle up and down every day. Is different triangle. I honestly don't know, man. It's just macro works out and then Bitcoin's going up and Ethereum's going up and it's time for it to go. It's just, I've seen every single combination of things working and not working. At the end of the day, I just put it down to randomness, I'll be honest. But if you take a longer term view, then eventually those random points get smoothed out. That's why, friends, I mean, if you have a time machine and you can just go into a coma, please just go and do it because that's the only way to make it through this. Besides having our friendship. That's why I make all my videos here for you. Make sure you like, subscribe, press the belly button, and all. Appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to catch you in the next one.